in the county office in Hamlin. This time I've asked Dr. Budgie Burns to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have no public comment speakers tonight, but we're ready for the presentation and reports of Principal Sampson and the Duval LSIC. So, Principal Sampson, come forth and give us your report. Thank you, sir.
I want to start off by thanking you for giving me this time to speak and hear our thoughts and concerns. With us today, I have Assistant Principal Cassie Stone, Brittany Webb, Middle School Special Ed teacher, Angie Stewart, Kindergarten teacher, Deidre Toppins, Community Contact, and Kennedy Weaver, Social Worker. I appreciate their support. The first page, you can see, I'd like to start off by talking about the strategies we use to improve the test scores. On the walked intervention, we use that with the elementary grades, K through 5. They have a daily routine that they're grouped together based upon their needs, what they need, and then they move one group to the next group as they move out of that tier. They have they have some issue here that once they master that, they move on to the next. That's new this year. It allows for extra intervention. All students, not just the ones that finish that process. Our regular SAT process, their intervention for the students that need it. But new this year, we were able to incorporate that in the middle school, where we hadn't been doing that in the past. But our middle school intervention happens based upon the needs, and we do that during our skills time. So we can use our skills time to rotate between an ELA class and a math class with a certified teacher, so they can help with the needs. Also, I wanted to point out our certified teachers have increased drastically. Last year, we started with 11 long-term substitute teachers. This year, we started the year with only 4 substitute teachers, and now we're currently down to 3. Really pleased with that.
And everybody else is certified.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Our mission is to inspire students to dream, teach them to unite with others, and give them the confidence to venture out of their comfort zones so they can achieve their goals and successfully lead in their own lives and be leaders at home, at school, and in the community. And you can see where that spells out to evolve. Underline it just to point it out. Okay, and moving along, I'd also like to discuss our goals. On page 2, it says our goals for the math and ELA achievement. Student achievement as measured by the Greater Sum of Assessment will reflect a 5% growth in proficiency in both ELA and math over the previous year. Looking for growth is always, that's where we're shooting. If we say, okay, we'd like to be here, yes, I mean, that's great. But if we show a growth, we'll eventually get to it. So I'm looking at growth. Attendance goal number 2, student attendance will improve with a decrease of chronic absenteeism. If the students aren't in school, they're not going to achieve. So we take pride in trying to cut down on the chronic absenteeism, which is 10%. Yes, we have when we make our phone calls and we say, hey, we're missing you. We need you back. Honestly, it helps because the parents are saying, okay, we need to move this along. We need to, whether they feel bothered by the phone call or whether they just see the importance of it. I see a big difference. We'll see at the end of the year what the end of the year looks like, but yes, I do. Goal number 3, behavior. Student behavior will improve the decrease in the number of in-school and out-of-school suspension. We are still working on that. The idea, we definitely increase the out-of-schools. That has happened.
Do you do that? You can see.
To see what it looks like compared to last year's month. Yes, we're definitely improving out-of-school. In school, it's kind of like the slippery slope. If you keep them in school, it's going to up the in-school suspension. So some of the behaviors are still difficult. I don't see as much of a decrease in school as I do with out of school. They work, with teacher. Yeah, they're there for the help.
Might not be the best in a situation that they are in school.
And I agree. I do agree. I mean, there's definitely time for out of school suspension. We're definitely trying to do decrease.
You're keeping more of them in school than.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's definitely.
You don't. From last year.
Right off. I know when we looked at it, it was like say September of last year versus September this year. There was a decrease. We're definitely moving. Right.
And see what they'll share. They're there.
Moving on to like the strategic plan, our baseline data, it showed on the ELA proficiency. Well, last year it showed we had a 24% proficient in the area of ELA. And then in math, we were at a 20% proficiency in math. Now that goes with our goal with the top, where it shows where our goal was 5% growth. So it shows you where we started. So to achieve our goal in ELA, for instance, with 5% growth, we was 24%, so we'll be at 29%. And then same for math at 20, we moved to 25%. Wanted to talk about our celebrations also. I included what we had some of last year too, but I'm concentrating on this year as we had the student of the month lunch last year as well. But each grade level, when you have a student of the month, we get to celebrate with them, like the PK student. We do a McDonald's lunch. You can get a McDonald's lunch and bring it in, and the principals, Stone and I, and most of the time counselor and social worker, but many people as you can, has lunch with Shiloh or therapy. And the PK loves it. Like everything loves sitting there and they even get to feed Shiloh French fries from time to time, so that's exciting. And then the K through 8, we bus them over to Geno's once a month. They're student of the month. We go over and then Stone and I actually serve them a pizza. We get from the front and we give them each piece, and we'll talk about it for a week before looking forward to it. I definitely like that. Attendance and behavior trips, where PTO is helping us with a Malibu Jacks or Kings Island, trying to figure out the best route for that. I know there's about 2 like this. We're going to do either Malibu Jacks or Kings Island, and then educational trip with Cincinnati Zoo. And that's for attendance and behavior. To follow within that. I wanted to go ahead and include on the data at the bottom. Like I talked about the math being a 20% proficient and ELA at 24. But I want to talk about the bubble students right below that. One tier below, I had 20, we had 25% in math. So just moving those students up, get them into proficiency, that was a drastic change. And then for ELA, I had 31%, just one tier. So I don't want to point that out. I included science on there as well, where science is a smaller subset of students. Moving along, it says here, I wanted to explain a little bit about our PLCs and how they work and how we here in the our PLCs meet once a week in their departments in the middle school department. ELA department, yes, they meet and they can, you know, discuss any concerns, whether it's academic, you know, something that's coming up, you know, any questions they have. And then elementary, we divide them up into like K1, 2, it's grades 7, we have referred to it. K1, 2 meet, and then grades 3, 4, 5 will meet. And they have their concerns, information, they discuss it. And each PLC has a leadership team member. So for instance, at the K1, 2, one of those teachers will lead the leadership team. So they take those concerns to the leadership team, which meets every other Monday at a minimum. More than that, at least every other Monday to discuss any concerns that the PLCs have. And, you know, PLC is the like learning community. So each group that's ever, you know, kind of makes up the school. Yeah, and that just really works. It's, you know, not necessarily like a chain of command necessarily, but it's just their voices can be heard.
What's problematic?
If you don't have that set up, there's not enough time. You know, you can have a concern, a really good idea from one of the teachers, but they don't have the time to
talk to each other.
and they try to come to me or Miss Stone, and we're, you know, extremely busy and don't always have the time to sit down and, you know, it does work. Next, I was wanting to talk about our needs. It says, you know, this area here, it says, what needs have you previously asked for and received? You know, we desperately need it. We asked for a full-time social worker. We've been given a social worker that was with Duval part-time and then now have been given full-time. So we're really excited about that. And I want to really thank everyone involved. Highly needed and highly appreciated. Next, I have playground. Now, we've been given a fenced-in area with a basketball court. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. That is, you know, more than what we had in the past. Yeah, and I mean, they're there, you know that they're inside, they are safe, and they enjoy it. That means- I honestly read the email this morning. I was like,
Is that the one there or the one up there?
yeah, I mean, well, if I read the email did say, if I have to go and talk to them. But, you know, I got to see it. Really excited over that. I actually got to see a picture of it.
In time for the spring.
But
Yes, absolutely.
transfer.
My understanding was that they made it a neutral color to keep it here. And then the neutral. And that's. That was just the one email that I received. Oh, no, you're fine. Then it said, what have you asked for? It still needs attention. Number one, obviously, you know, I want a new school building. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I do know, I mean, everyone's working hard on that. I know it's in the works.
I'll tell you, when your LSI is sitting here, I emailed school. And it gave us the green light, the inflation, all waiting on.
We already have someone that's going to do it. And so,
And protecting the. December 2nd, to next week, should they have this? And then that. Hopefully by the end of November, be able to actually start the process. The process last 3 weeks of hands. Have a pretty good meeting. But possibly the week of December 12th. And then the week of January 2nd, the bid opening. They can go back to the SBA and say, here's how much money we have. And I get the books.
You're getting there. Yeah, and I knew that. And that's why I said, at the beginning, I wasn't want to spend a lot of time on it. I appreciate the update, but I knew that that was in the works. I appreciate everything you do daily. Our next need is, I'm sure you've heard this from the other schools, to a full-time nurse. We share, right now, we share our nurse, Miss Jenny Bowman, with another school. Having a full-time nurse would help in so many different directions. Even just today was, some issues we had. We had the callers on the phone. We actually had a nurse from another school and had to come over to help the person. It is so difficult to maneuver. And, as far as running the school, and you don't have, my expertise in education. When it comes to, doctoring, I don't feel the most comfortable. And there's times that, I've taken temperatures and I can put temperatures and Band-Aids, I can do that sort of thing, but it does make me nervous. But I want to make sure that we take care of the students' needs all the way around. And it is difficult to have telecalls. People call in, we don't have a nurse. We'll use cell phone and even FaceTime and show them the rash or show them, and it's difficult. And at the end of the day, I think that I do enough. We feel as a staff, we all do. I mean, everyone over here, Miss Kennedy, for sure, is always our backup nurse. I mean, just if I get into an area that I'm not the most comfortable, I can. So if you could keep that on your minds too, I appreciate that. And lastly, I listed a resource officer. We would really love to have an officer that could help when issues arise. We've had multiple situations even this year, let alone last year, that, I mean, it's like any school, you have to do what you have to do. You have to call the police, you have to, do what we need to do, and it'd be much easier to list on part-time. That one, if they could step over and help when needed, that would be appreciated. Then on this last page, I listed out all the members of the LSIC and their contacts. And again, I just want to thank you for the time that you gave us. And if you have any questions for me with the team.
This is not anything. Say it's life. It's breathe it out. Without being here in this building and not involved. And 16 students only next year. Following year, we need to. Sure, a lot of things are big places. Not to come to Ham, they come to Duval eventually, but they don't want to come to Ham. And some of them are probably. Tables. Right. Have to be. Yeah. Parents. I don't think. Back in the system, they come back.
The community talk when you're outside of Duval, at the store, that's what I hear. Is and I constantly I say that we need you to stay with us, but we need the soft borders also within the and be able to go to the other counties and stuff. And it is an issue. And they're funding right.
Raising prices.
On that first page,
do to get back those students involved last year or two. bombard them with letters and whatever to get back. And I know it's that, that's not understand that.
But
I understand if I was a parent in this place area, I might not want to train my students to involve him. And that's a critical problem. Also, enrollment, also, I think we've got the other questions. Sampson or the LSIC. Thank you, Greg. So I want to thank all of you folks for coming out. Had several of these LSIC meetings. And I think I'm correct in saying you all are the only staff to come out. Again, I appreciate that dedication. All that stuff place in my heart. I know that thank you very much. Okay, with that, we will go on to the administrative items. Jody, I know you probably don't have this in front of you. We don't have many administrative. We got A, which is policies, B, more policies, and C, more policies. Item D on the agenda is the 5 salary schedule for bus operators. That's what it comes down to. Uh, I, this is something that this board is aimed at. And well, that's one of the things that, board and this ran on the rest of the last time. Not as a big issue, all it's needed. Kept seeing every day in a month rounds, prices. That I last week, Austin, we talked about levy, what we had included on the levy. If you get a chance to check that out. I'm also looking for that, Jody, out of Disneyland. Something like that. What's the name of your beach? It's to play on the beach. I'll just point out, this is not focused on moment. And then I could say, that's specific, that's policy. And you outline what is future. Well, maybe on what I want. And next way. Now you're the only person that research and nobody else knows. Things I just noticed, like. Senior server. On these schedule 16, talks about ways you can get says salary experience plus 7 days, something. That's the raise that we're giving, that they were already getting about $2 a day, something. That's
$7.50.
So it'd be $15.
No, the county, we had, we were second, Wayne County the bottom, they were paying rock bottom. We had like $2 giving us drivers. Raised us above Wayne County. That amount of money is not, doesn't show up. Following, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm asking, the question I'm asking is $7.50, and this would say it's $15 a day, not $7.50 twice, is that correct? We're paying them $7.50 something than that, correct?
Are we?
That's
That's new.
Well, it says effective
something separate. Above what Wayne County, they even face. That, would that be to the levy before the existing levy? They're talking on it. I think if I remember correctly. In a year and a half. Getting like $1.50, $1 a day above state bid. Calls about levy.
I guess my question, if bus driver numbers change, and there's a flat number for everybody, would that change? Would that change what they would get? Let's say we had 50 bus drivers, and the next year we had 20, and there's $1,000 allocated for bus drivers. That number, would that change? So it's allocated individually, not as a lump sum?
Yeah.
It's based on how many bus drivers that really
get. Levy get specified service personnel, and professional personnel. That's where the increase above the state and south.
It wasn't a flat number, there was individual
And it-
service person.
Individual, it wasn't, you got $500,000.
I got you. So it is individual.
So that's, so actually, they're gonna get $750
200 days.
plus what's on the current levy that they're in right now.
Whatever they need.
New levy kicks in next July. And the raise that we gave them under that levy will be in addition to the $750.
Okay.
Okay? Clear on that? They're also still looking for that number, but that has nothing to do with.
Now, David, what is the, other,
What
what
we're
is
trying to
the,
figure out how to do that legally and pay something in arrears. That Austin's still waiting on some confirmation back from that, on how to pay that down the road. There's a ton of ways you can pay it up front, but we're running into that, sticky wicket when you try to pay it after the fact.
All right, while Austin's looking for that bit of information, it has nothing to do with what we're going to do tonight. We can go on. Is there any other discussion on these 4 items? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'm sorry,
I'll second these.
the story makes the motion.
And I'll second it.
Burns seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Takes us to the personnel section. Very limited tonight. I just want to say that, although I never worked with her, I see that Terry gave Chapman is signing. Last time I spoke with her. That repercussion. And, Been a good. I'm saying, yep, people are. Okay. Do I have a motion or a second to approve personnel items?
So moved. Second.
Wilson makes the motion, the Story seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Done. Mr. Barnett has already given us the football update. Any other items for discussion? Well, Jody, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna lobby one more time for you to stay on the board. Been a good one. I do know of your other plans and, so which well knows. You're absolutely set on doing that. What we would need is 10-day letter of resignation, Mr. Barnett, effective date on it. And, we can act on that the next board meeting, which will be next Tuesday. And, even Mr. Barnett would have to have that by Friday, Thursday. So, okay, all right, we'll let you do that. We'll let next week be your last, last board meeting and then we'll accept it, and then we'll get on trying to replace Jody. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate your service. Anybody have anything else? And if not, take a motion to adjourn.
So, but
Snyder makes the motion. Second. Wilson seconds. All in favor, say aye. Well, the time is 7:30. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Done. And this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Story.
Thank you,
Enjoy your
Joe.
time.